Alright, welcome to Get High and Preach. Had a hearing. And the judge asked me for some reason. Well, I mean, there was a reason, but it's not important. They said, how many friends do you have? He asked me, how many friends do you have? And I said, well, what do you mean by friends? And he said, well, how many people call you, regularly, visit your home, things like that. And you know what? 0. Donuts. I'm cool with that. Alright with that. It's who I am. It's my personality. It's all my fault. How many friends do you have? Well, I'm not going to dwell on that for so long, but, the bottom line is, whatever. Whatever. Anyhow, I have no idea what's going on around the world. I was watching the news. And I was watching our military sneaking weapons into Yemen, as sneaky as they can. We are about to go to war. On behalf of a country that equals the civil rights abuses of Iran, if it doesn't surpass. Google what happens if you're arrested for being a homosexual in the United Arab Emirates, or Google and see what happens to homosexuals in an Arab state. It's not pretty. Now, I'm not saying that personally I believe that homosexuality is a choice. You may be born with whatever, I don't know what makes some men effeminate and some, but it's just a different type of person. But you make that choice. You make that decision. As many of you know, as a child, I was sexually assaulted many times. And it absolutely confuses who you are it confuses your sexual identity. So you really don't know. Anyway, I was going to show you this video about a guy doing a virtual reality church, and I mean, it's not a bad idea. Maybe some people can't get out of their houses and they want to interact, so it's a great idea. Then they have Alexa trained to say your prayers for you and say grace and things like that. That, to me, is, I don't know, it's none of my business, right? What you do in your home. Behind your closed doors, that's up to you. How many friends do you have? It's been going through my mind for a couple days. Well, how about we do something, say something about the medical establishment while we're at it? Because I cannot describe to you the kind of pain that is associated with doing my job. It's nonstop reaching, climbing up and down ladders, the overhead thing, they're 10, 12 feet in the air. The pans I need, they're not light, but by the end of the day, it is, every single day I'm like, I don't know if I can do this again. So I'm telling my subscribers, because I mean, technically, I guess because you subscribe to my program, maybe then you're my friend. So I have 11 friends, or enemies. I have lots of enemies. That I don't mind so much. Your own family is certain to make sure that you know it. I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, is there a rent-a-friend service? I know that something like that must exist. You know, people come over, you make them some dinner. They eat, have coffee, play charades. They leave, kiss on the cheek. As soon as they walk out the door, a smile stops. Oh yeah, I do have one rent-a-friend. You're right. I do have one rent-a-friend. I have a rent-a-daughter. Rent a daughter. Who for the price of one PFA will see me. That's a low price, right? That's cheap. If I drop the PFA against the sexual deviant that she's seeing in Strausstown, Pennsylvania, if I drop that, then she will come see me. It's a high price, because then that means that she's not going to come see me. It's a hoax. And then they can, you know, if you knew the details of the situation, it's very ugly. But, nah. I don't think so. As long as I don't want anything for my flesh, I'm not going to extort or blackmail anyone. And nor am I going to be blackmailed. If you don't want to see me, that's alright. Have you ever just really felt like the end is here? One of my other picks for a job, long before I applied where I am now, called me. I have an interview on Sunday. Probably not going to take it, but I can't do the job I'm doing right now. It's just emotionally severely draining. Like, I went in and the list, it wasn't 20, but it said 20, but it was just a mistake. And then the other one said 7, and it was a 1. And mentally, it is nearly impossible. So, I had to take my meds during work. I avoid that, but it didn't affect me adversely at all. I thought that, I guess it's the 8 shots of espresso that I did. All right, that's my whining for today. If you have any questions about any scriptures whatsoever, I would appreciate them. As you can see, I am not a brainwashed nonsense. No. I'm a human being like you are, except for the fact that the blood covers me. And as always, it's my duty and my pleasure to tell you that if you do not have the blood of Christ covering you when you die, that's it. You will wake up screaming with the side of the goats. I really don't. I know that goats are ornery, and I know that they're not very smart, but I don't know why that the goats and the sheep are separated. I don't know why we're called sheep and they're called goats. Trust me though, you'd rather be a sheep than a goat. Alright, that's enough of me wallowing in my own self-pity. I know that I'm not the only one that doesn't have this situation with the friends. I know that I'm not alone, and that my mental state precludes me from having friends, so it's nobody's fault but my own. However, eventually though, I'm going to, I'll grow, and, I do have a friend in Jesus. So, getting ready to make Miklo the movie. It's going to be disgusting. Church, I know you're not going to like it, but this is going on long enough. I need to ride out to Strausstown so that I can personally deliver. I'm going to make DVDs of this and pass them out to the people in Strausstown, because they need to know. They need to know the animal that walks down the streets that's selling their kids drugs. They need to know that this man is a monster. His name is Miklo. That's his AKA. And if you look that up, man, the word Miklo, it just means a superior butthead. I'm not swearing. I'm just using that term. I am a little upset today. I ain't going to lie about that. I am a little bit upset. I do not remember the last time that I had a close friend. Maybe Sam was a friend once. Maybe Amos. But not likely. Anyway, folks, go on with your day. I'm going to go on with mine because I don't have a choice. There's no choice. If I thought for 1 second that suicide was an option, we wouldn't even be talking right now. So there's another anti-suicide video for you guys thinking about it. Let me explain what happens. I'm not 100% certain because Sansom technically killed himself. And everyone who smokes cigarettes kills themselves. And then everyone who was drunk driving in a car killed themselves, and so on and so forth. So I don't know if suicides go to hell, but it's not a chance that I'm willing to take. That's a big roll of the dice with your soul. Police officers, look, if your job is that bad, man, I'm serious. Don't kill yourself. Quit.